recording. Perfect. Well, welcome. I have a little secret for you. This is my first ever class. Let's do this together. So I'd like you to take your hands together, have them hug each other, and start those wrist rotations. If you were in the mace class, we actually started mace like this, and we're starting animal flow the same way. It just goes to show you how important the hand component is for both disciplines. Good, now switch sides. Switch sides, and I'd like you to feel that connection from hand to hand, that energy of the two hands when you put them together. Good. Now I'd like you to be aware of the heels of the hands being in close connection with each other. And if you weren't already doing so, make sure those heels of the hands are connected and feel the difference. Good. Switch sides. Very good. Now I'd like you to take the forearms and put them together and rotate. And you're gonna notice that it's kind of like those two rub against each other, dancing with each other. Good, rotate sides. Very good. Now free the forearms, and we're gonna continue with those rotations, but I want you to use your shoulder. Bring it up to your ear and forward, and have that movement extend into your hand rotations. Good. Change directions, and now you're swimming towards the back. Use those shoulders, and you're gonna notice that there's a lot of movement that starts happening through your ribs, through your chest, through your backs. Very good. Now, I'd like you to press your hands down, squeeze those chest muscles and that serratus downward. Pull them up, rotate down. Good, pull them up and push down. And from here, we're gonna do waves, or what I call peaks and valleys. Elbow up, followed by the other elbow, elbow down, elbow down. And let the motion of your arms continue to extend into your body. Good, let's switch sides. Oh, you can see the tail of my cat right there. Very good, very good. Now you're gonna take those peaks and valleys using your legs, thinking of your elbow connecting to your knee, dropping the valley, connecting the other elbow, and take that wave up the sky, knee to elbow, hand down, go up the sky. Have that rotation move through your obliques. Good, switch sides. And now I'd like you to stretch as high as you can and drop until you connect with the floor. Take that movement as wide as you can make it. Very good. Inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. One more time. Inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. Very good. All right. And from here, you're going to stretch your hands to the front, having the back of the hands touch each other. Stretch them forward like you're about to jump into a nice cool pool, and you're gonna pull your tailbone back so that from the center of your body you're stretching away, creating space. In this position, stretch and drop your eyes to the floor so that the ears are at the side of your shoulders. And then coming up, open up your palms to the sky. Open up those wings and squeeze the shoulder blades. Take a deep breath. Again, go into that dive position. Drop your eyes to the ground and stretch in opposite directions from your fingertips and your tailbone. Stretch so that you create that space. More in between each vertebrae. Go a little lower on that squat, even if your back rounds. You're gonna feel a nice stretch, and then coming up. Good. One more time. Close those hands at the front. Have the back of the hands connect with each other. And you're gonna take that motion of stretching away as far as you can and squatting down as low as you can, keeping your heels on the ground. Stretch away, go as deep as you can. Very good. And coming up and open up. Good. So in animal flow, we have the ABCs, just like we learn the letters. In animal flow, we have ABCs. It's the basic fundamental positions. And I'm going to teach you today the key mathematical equations so that no matter what transition you do, some of you did amazing already in the under switch and kick through challenges. And now with learning the secret of the mathematics of those movements, you're going to feel so much more stronger. Let's start with the A. A stands for ape. So ape simply is your deep squat. So I'd like you to find your deep squat. What I like to do for that is hinge. So you reach the floor if you feel comfy. Drop your glutes. Continue dropping, lifting your chest to the sky. And see where you're at today. It could be up here. It could be down here. Make it strong. Make it stable. Raise your hips back up. And slowly round your back until you go to standing position. You're gonna feel a nice stretch. Good, let's go down one more time. Find what is your perfect deep squat for today where there is no pain, but there is a lot of muscle engagement. Ready? Shove the bum to the back. Stretch those fingertips in front of your toes. If you reach the floor or you're a little higher, wherever you are, start dropping your bum like you're gonna sit down in an imaginary chair. Right there. You have your deep squat. Deep doesn't mean resting. Deep means active in animal flow. Good. Now from here, push the bum to the back. Stretch your fingertips away. Have the back of the hands touch each other. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then come on back to that deep ape squat. And coming up again. Right now you are learning the ape reach. Half of it. Let's squat down again. Just squat directly. Good. Squeeze your glutes there. Perk your chest up. Shove the bum to the back as you stretch into your ape reach. Return to your squat and come on back up. Good. You're starting to feel that heat from the inside. That is one of the awesome things about animal flow. One more time. I want you on this round to go directly into your ape reach. Go down and coming up. Good. Just feel that position. Very good. Very good. All right. Now here, I want you to go in what is called a straddle position. Make sure your floor is not slippery, and if it is, either throw your shoes on or a mat underneath. And from here, you're going to hinge over and put your hands about a hand in front of where your feet are. And here I want you to do 5 cat-cows. So we're gonna, cat-cow is the position down here where you stretch around your back, but we're gonna do it in a straddle position. Round your back, drop your chin, push the floor away with your hands, and then you're going to arch your back, lift your eyes, arching, arching, and then round your back, push the floor away in that straddle position, almost like you're gonna lift into a handstand, and then drop your belly button to the ground, lift your eyes, lift your tailbone, one more time, push the floor away, pull the belly button up to the sky, rounding your back, and then arch. Very nice. Big, beautiful stretch back here. And now, with this same position, whether you're in your fingers or you're a little higher, what I want you to do is look at your toes, make sure they're pointing outward, and the knee always points slightly outward in the direction of your toe. You're gonna walk towards your left, and you're gonna gently drop your glute, keeping the opposite leg straight knee pointed up in a slight angle, toe pointed out. Good. Now push the floor and move in the opposite direction. Beautiful stretch right here in that inner thigh. Push up and slowly see if you can drop a little lower. It's a Cossack squat. Push up, round your back, shove that floor away, walk your way to the other direction. Very good. Be honest with what your body can do. You might want to go lower, but there are some joints that are saying, no, 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 not today. Maybe you're very comfortable where you are, and your joints and your muscles are saying, okay, let's try. And you look for that range of motion. One more time, each side, push and drop, and see if you can compress fully so that you sit down on the ground, only if you can control that motion. If no, it's perfectly fine to end in a lateral lunge. Very good. Go back to center, walk your feet in, and round your back, releasing that position. Take a deep breath. Very good. There, lots of heat already. Are you feeling the heat? Okay. And now, just standing position. I want you to spread your fingertips. Feel the feeling of your feet connected to the ground. You're gonna take now your right hand and close it on a fist and squeeze it so that it squeezes all of the sections connected to the center of your body. And for a moment, I want you to feel the difference between this section over here with the hand squeezed and that section over there with the fingertips open. And notice that with the fingertips open, it's almost like there's energy flowing out there. And if you pay attention to the fist, it's almost like the energy bounces back. So now close your fist. And what you have done is close a chain of energy that is contained inside your body. And right here, push those fists towards the ground. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Drop the chin forward. We're gonna do 3 neck rotations. And I want you to squeeze your whole body at what you think is 40 to 50% of energy. Keep it engaged. Keep those muscles talking to each other. Rotate to the other side. Inhale when you go up. Exhale when you go down. Inhale when you go up. Exhale when you go down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. Now you're going to open up those hands. Let the energy flow. Give yourself a hug. And you're going to squeeze that left shoulder to your left hip as deep as you can. And then go up on the opposite side, feeling that energy of your oblique and the stretch over here. Inhale and switch. Good. Now from here, you're going to drop your left elbow towards the left hip, then right elbow towards the right hip, and rotate. I want you to give me 3 rotations. It's okay to have a small back bend as long as you squeeze your glutes, because that's going to provide a support for your lower back. Good. And switch sides. When you go to the front, pull your belly button in. You're going to feel a stretch on your lower back. Then here you're going to feel a bit of challenge. Make it your own. Make it perfect for what you want to do today. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. Now hands on your hips. Soft bend on your knees. Slightly wider than hip width apart. And I want you to give me a nice hula hoop on those hips. Dance, dance, dance. And feel that cylinder. All of those muscles talking to each other there. Good. Rotate sides. Very nice. Very good, very good. And now let's give our toes a bit of love, because our feet are going to be in this position quite a bit on the animal flow. So I'd like you to bend your toes. Have that foot nicely planted. Keep the knees together. And you're going to very gently lean back lean back. Find your balance, find the connection, and then stretch forward and relax that stretch. Good. Lean back, lean back. It doesn't need to be too aggressive to be efficient. It needs to be very connected to be efficient. And then relax. One more time. Lean back. And now very slowly, you're going to bring that heel to the ground. Excellent. Squeeze your glutes. And you might feel a stretch on your hip flexor. Very good. Let's switch sides. Toes bent, knees together, and you're gonna very gently lean back, like you're in the matrix, but a beginner matrix. And then release. And then push back, creating that stretch, that intention on the toes, and then return. You can use your hands to the front to counterbalance. Good. And then return. All right. Okay, my friend, I need my mat. Here. Bye-bye. You know he's gonna end up there relaxing. Okay, I'd like you to shake it up, grab a sip of water if you need. Very good. And I am going to teach you the full ape reach stretch. Okay, so for the ape reach, I just want to show you the key position for the feet. The strongest part of your feet is the big toe and the middle toe. So in an ape reach, we're going to go from this stretch position to lifting up the hands and the chest. And as we open up, we're going to go into our toes. But you gotta watch because your body thinks it's gonna be stronger by leaning away. I want you to focus your balance on the big toe and the middle toe. So you have your heels up, and the goal is to stack your hips, your shoulders on top of your feet, and open up. And then return to that deep ape position, okay? Let's do 3 reps. We're gonna start with a deep squat. And you can start it over here, you can start it over here, wherever you are, just own your deep squat. And we're gonna go ape reach. Our fingertips to the front, back of the hands together, stretching the tailbone in opposite direction. Open up, raise the heels, align your hips on top of your toes, on top of your shoulders, chest up, squeeze the bum, and then release, return to your ape reach. Open up, those squats should be burning. Good, you should be fighting to find your stance, your balance, and then release. One more time. Open up your ape reach, feel that quad burning. Woo! And then release. Very good. From here, let's sit down. Woo! Okay. It is normal to feel a lot of heat building up inside your body. Animal flow is a discipline that teaches you to connect inside out. So instead of having a dumbbell that tells you that the burn starts happening here and then it goes deeper, with animal flow, it starts inside and it starts building out. All right, big component of animal flow and MACE, it's wrists. So on an advanced animal flow class, you would be spending about 30 to 40 minutes on your hands. If you do that right now with me, you're gonna hate me. You're gonna never want to do animal flow again. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and say, no, it's bad for the wrists. So I want you to honor where you are, and we're gonna start. I'm gonna give you an introduction of wrist mobilizations. There are so many muscles and so much strength contained in the hands, and it is only when you do the groundwork that you're able to tap into that, especially if one of your goals has always been handstands. So I'd like you to go in the tabletop position and start rotating through your whole body. Spread those fingers on the ground. And maybe for the first time, or maybe you're used to it, I want you to acknowledge the sensation of the shift of your body weight in your hands. rotate in the other direction. Very good. And there's a lot more happening too. There's compression and decompression on other joints. There's a nice massage happening in other joints as well. Very good. Now from here, you're going to start walking your hands outward until, if you can, have your fingertips face your knees. Have the heels of the hands planted on the ground. Lean back into a stretch. There should be here, maybe some pressure here, and then release. And lean back again, and release. Good. One more time, lean back, driving the heels down, and squeezing your shoulders down. If you're unsure if you're squeezing them, shrug and squeeze, create a discrepancy, and then release. Good. Walk your hands to the front. Good. And now you're going to fold them downward so that the back of the hand is against the floor. Have your joints be braced by your muscles. Lean back and release. Very good. Lean back and release. One more time, lean back and release. Perfecto. Okay, so let's activate this a little bit more. I want you to go into a plank position. Oh, let me go in a direction where you can see. There. Perfect. Plank position. You're going to take your right leg, put it outside of your right hand, drop your hips, lift your eyesight, and then return. And then the opposite one, and then return. We're going to do that 10 times. Ready? And go. Have that foot go as far forward as possible. Drop and back. Drop and back. Drop the hips, raise your eyesight and back. Drop and raise your eyes. Push the floor and back. 6 and back. 7 and back. 8 back. 9 back. Last one. 10 and back. Very good. Just rest for a moment. We're going to go now into B. From the ABC, ape is a deep squat, and today you learned an ape reach. The ape reach would be called ape reach, open up, and return. So that's a form-specific stretch. We're going to move into B. B for beast. The beast position is a tabletop position, but there are a couple of secrets that you're going to find very useful to know about them. So go on your tabletop position, and I want you to visually observe that your elbow is on top of your wrist and your shoulder is on top of your elbow, because sometimes this tends to happen. Good. Now, I want you to observe that you can rotate your shoulders in, or the back of the elbow in, and rotate them out. So I want you to feel the difference. Corkscrew in, and if you can see, corkscrewing in pulls the shoulder forward. Corkscrewing out rotates the shoulder back and down, and it helps it connect with the back, stabilizing it. Corkscrew in, corkscrew out. Good. Give me one more. Corkscrew in and corkscrew out. Keep it there. Now, wherever you are, I want you to round your back and arch your back. So give me a cat-cow and find your center. Find your center. Good. And now keep position for your knees. This is not someone very easily picked up by watching a video. Someone needs to tell you most of the times. Your knees, I want you to pull them forward in line with your belly button, or if you can tell, there is a slight angle forward from the hips. So in our beast tabletop position, you're not at perfect degrees. You have your knees forward. Very good. And now fold your toes underneath you. Ready? We're gonna do a 30-second lift. All you're gonna do is lift your knees 1 inch off the ground and hold that position. All right, so eyes looking down on your mat, corkscrew the arms out, do a cat-cow, find your center, and now look at your knees for a moment, lift them 1 inch off the ground. Good, lift and hold. Now, I want you to find your glutes, squeeze them. It's more like a clench. Squeeze, clench. I want you to find your core and imagine there's a belt of energy around it. And you have your knees 1 inch off the ground. Hold it there, hold it there. Good. Make sure your shoulders are squeezing down towards your hips and you are giving me the intention of corkscrewing the floor outside, outside, towards the outside. Hold it there. Isn't this a much more fun plank than a plank? Because this is what it is, it's a plank. Feel the burn, give me 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Find more muscles and squeeze them. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Anytime we come out of this position, to give some wrist relief, just put your hands like this and shake it, shake it, shake it. Very good. Shake some other parts because there's other parts that are going to be burning. Very good. All right. And now I'm going to show you a very fun cat-cow. I bet you have never done it this way. You're going to roll laterally. Make that cat-cow sexy. So I want you to do these rotations. Again, I'm going to one side, dropping to the other, just dancing through this motion, which gives you a very nice massage from all inside your core. Good. Switch directions. Switch directions. There's also some mobility, lateral mobility on the joints. Very healthy, creates lots of synovial fluid, which allows the joints to move more freely. All right. Now, if you haven't seen the challenge for yesterday, we're going to do it right now. So the challenge is from beast position, I'm going to tell you what limb to lift. So I will either say right leg, limb lift. You lift your leg 1 inch off the ground. Left arm, limb lift. You lift your limb 1 inch off the ground. Or I'm going to call out 2 limbs. The goal here is to test your level of control. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. So set your beast position. More important than anything, make sure your knees are in front of your hips or in line with your belly button. Good. Look down to the ground. Center yourself inside your body. Lift your knees 1 inch off the ground and brace yourself. Lift your left leg off the ground 1 inch and hold it. 3, 2, 1. Plant it. Now lift your left arm off the ground, your hand 1 inch or just enough for me to slide a piece of paper underneath it. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Plant it on the ground. Yes, it's harder on the arms. Right leg off the ground. Lift it. 3, 2, 1. And plant it. Right arm off the ground. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Plant. Let's do one more. Right arm and left leg. And lift it. 3, 2, 1. And down. Very good. Awesome. Go down to the ground and take a small break. Grab a sip of water if you need. I'm going to unveil the second secret for you in a moment. After these messages. No, it's not a TV show. Okay. So, to get the movement is movement. The people that are obsessed about practicing animal flow like I am, it's because we like that the set of rules that are specific to animal flow makes it so that if I learn animal flow here in Toronto, I can go and meet a friend in China that doesn't even speak English and have us perform the movements the exact same way. So what happens is that it becomes a language of movement. And that is based on the fact that we perform the exact same rules, but movement has no rules. Movement can be just dancing away, or it can be very strict as to where you position your limbs. So that is the obsessive part for me about animal flow, this specific set of rules that just makes it look so pretty. If you have seen any of the practitioners out there or some of my videos. So one of the rules for the limb lift is that the lift is performed from the big joint, So let's do that one more time, the limb lift challenge. And instead of bending your elbow to lift your hand off the ground, you're gonna use your shoulder. And that is a lot more powerful because you're using your core. To me, core is everything in the center. So why use a small elbow bend when you can use the big parts of your body to create motion? Ready? Let's do that one more time. Set your beast. Lift your knees 1 inch off the ground. Give me a right arm shoulder lift. Push the ground away with all your other limbs and return. Right leg, limb lift. Pull it from the hip. Keep that toe flexed and return. Left arm, limb lift. Push the floor away with the other limbs and return. Right arm and left leg. Counter limb lift. Push it and hold it, return. Left arm and right leg. Push them off the ground, find your center. Keep your knees 1 inch off the ground and return. Very good. Okay, good. Let's give those wrists a small relief. I'm gonna show you one of my, I really like this. It's a foundational gymnastics exercise. Lay down, well, sit down, facing up. Have your legs meet with each other. Energy on your inner thigh. Point them like arrows. You're going to put your hands so that you can lean back into it. And very slowly, you're gonna allow them to slide off the ground. And if you are unable to slide them, you're gonna walk your fingertips out so that you very slowly lay down. And when you are laying down to come on up, it's gonna be a combination of closing the shoulder blades together so that it pushes energy to the heels of your hands and your core is creating stability. And at the end, perk up your chest. It feels really good. Very good. For this next repetition, I want you to really hold that energy right here in the middle of your shoulder blades. Have that be the guide for your movement. Slide down with control, energy in your back until you lay down. And then from your back, you shoot that energy out into your arms so that you slide back up. Perk that chest up, not up, up. Good, one more time. Slowly, slowly, slowly slide them back out. Feel that connection on the front of your body. Push them back and lift up. Very good. Okay. Now let's learn the C. And we're gonna finish today's session by putting a flow together with everything that you've learned. C stands for crab. Crab with a B. I know my English pronunciation can be funny sometimes. So, crab position, it's this position. From the side, it looks like a capital M. Find your capital M, feet are slightly wider and hip width apart, fingers are pointing away from you, and now you're gonna make it smaller. You're gonna walk those heels towards your glutes, and walk those hands just a tiny bit, compressing that. Now from here, I want you to give me a cat-cow. You're gonna arch your back, pressing the heels of the hand on the floor, and then round your back. That's also gonna be a really nice stretch. Arch your back, lift your eyes to the sun in the horizon, rising up, and then round your back. One more time. Arch your back, and round your back. Good. So, find your center. I want you to lift your glutes 1 inch off the ground. And common mistake here is have the tailbone in. In the crab for animal flow, you're gonna arch your tailbone out so that it's in between their heels, but pointing towards the hands. Hold that position, and I want you to really squeeze your shoulder blades together, drive the heels down towards the floor, have your eyes rise up to the horizon, and pull back your head, maybe creating a double chin. That's okay. That means that the muscles are activating. And relax. Very good. Do a rest relief position. We're going to do the limb lift test on the crab as well. Good. So set your crab on the floor. Compress it. If it's too tight where you cannot even lift and you need to widen your platform, then it's too tight. Have it so that you can ground yourself. Good. Now open up your chest, drive those heels down, heels of the hands, heels of the feet, planted. Lift your bum off the ground, arch your back, activating that posterior chain. Good. Give me a right leg limb lift. 1 inch off the ground, hold it, and return. Give me a left leg limb lift. Hold it off the ground, and return. Give me a right arm limb lift from the shoulder, and return. Good. Left arm limb lift from the shoulder. Feel that energy communicating inside your body, and return. Excelente. Okay. Wrist relief. Good. Observe what section of your body is working harder. I've been told that after the first couple of sessions, wrists are a little sore. At night, you might feel like you have rings of fire around them. There is such a thing as good kind of pain and bad kind of pain. When pain on muscles is very familiar to you and me. It feels like burning, it feels like lactic acid, it feels like muscle soreness at the day or two, or maybe even up to 5 after you've worked out. The pain on joints, it's very unfamiliar to us. But if you pay attention to it, there is a kind of pain that tells you that the joints are adapting positively or negatively to a movement. So if tonight you feel like rings on fire around your wrist or shoulders, that's good kind of joint pain, but monitor it. Shoot me a message if you have any questions. Okay, now we're going to do the under switches, the under switch transition. So you're gonna go into your beast position. Now you know that a big trick of the beast is to have your knees forward underneath your belly button. If your beast is too wide and you do an under switch or a side kick through, you might end up too far away, like a spider that it's too far spread out. But if you have your beast a lot more compressed and you do your side kick through, you're gonna be well planted. Or if you go into crab, you're gonna be nice and compressed and with style. All right, so let's do those under switches. Go into your beast position. Ready? Lift your knees off the ground. Find your right arm and your left leg, lift them. And now streamline yourself. Start rotating that leg under your body, keeping yourself small, and then plant yourself. Very good. Same thing, we're gonna just return there. Lift your left leg, lift your right arm, slide that leg under your body, pushing through the toes, and then return to beast. Opposite side. Lift your right leg, lift your left arm, slide that right leg under, and then plant your heel. Your heel functions as a brake. Good. And now return to beast by lifting your right leg, left arm, slide the right leg under your body, and go back to beast. Very good. Okay, relax there for a second. Very good. Okay, any questions so far? Just want to see if there are any questions. Okay, you are doing awesome. Just feeling all those new parts of your body connect to the ground. Hands are usually just texting or typing, and now you're activating not just so many areas within your hand, but in your brain. This is full of nervous endings. We're making us smarter people here.
A question. When lifting, so trying to lift up through my shoulder, I find my hips rotating a lot.
Okay, let me see. Where are you? Miranda, right?
Yeah.
Let me find you on my screen. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, perfect. Okay, can you show me, Miranda?
So when I'm in beast and then I lift up, I find I'm really twerking my hip.
Okay.
So I should keep them more square and just lift from the shoulder.
Oh, I see. So it is something that develops with time. Your body knows it's a lot stronger by using the big muscles. So the first instinct is to compensate by rotating the hip. And that is why it's called torsion control. Torsion control is to destabilize the body by lifting one or a combination of limbs. And torsion control is having your hips not move at all. If you practice your limb lifts for a couple of weeks, you're gonna notice a considerable stabilization. It's part of nervous system adaptation, and it's part of because you're very strong. I've seen your challenges. It's just part of your body making those connections, those channels of communications. Because you haven't done these movements before, have you?
No.
Yeah, so give it 2 weeks. You're gonna notice a big difference. Yeah, I'm gonna probably record a drill of counter limb lifts. That's gonna help you a lot.
Okay.
All right, let's put a little flow together because I'm here. You're here to do animal flow, not planks. All right, let me pin my video. All right, so let's go into a deep 8 position. I'm gonna adjust my camera. Deep 8 position. I want you to open up your hands and you're gonna rotate across, away, return to center. Rotate across and forward, away, return to center. Good, now you're gonna reach forward and away and plant that hand so there's about an arm space away. Good, right here, and not just to the side, but forward. Right here, you're on your toes. Your toes are pointing the direction you're going. You're gonna slide that left leg on there until you finish in a crab position. Good. From here, from crab, you're going to do a right leg under switch. So lift your right leg off the ground, your left arm, slide it under, return it, going to a beast position. Very good. From beast, you're gonna push back into an ape, reach, and now you are going to open up your ape, spreading those wings, aligning your hips, and return to ape. Very good. Okay, so we have a beautiful little flow here. I want you to look at me, watch me do it for a moment. So from here, we're returning across, center, across, center. Then we reach, under switch, push, open up the deep ape, and finish in an ape reach. Okay? Let's do that again. Add a little bit of speed into our dance. Oh, yeah, I'm dripping. Okay, let me make sure you can see me. Right. Perfect, let's go. Open up those wings. Good, go across towards one side and return. Lift your chest. Go across and return. Good. Go across, reach forward and have space to slide the outer leg under. Plant your crab. Now take your other leg under. Plant your beast. Push away ape reach. Open up your ape and close. Very good. Okay, now right away, take it with me because we're gonna need to stretch the hip flexors a bit. Go again into your plank. Take a step forward and plant that foot outside your arm, but now you're gonna open up that elbow, pulling it towards your hip. You have a claw over here. Good, look forward. And then return. Take the other step, open up your claw, and then return. Good. Let's do 8 more. Forward and back. Forward and back. Good. Number 5, forward and back. Number 6, and back. Number 7. Good. Give me a little more intention to your step front. Number 8, and back. Intention and back. One more time. Intention and back. Very good. Woo! Okay. I'd like us to do a bit more of stretching on this part of your body. You might feel soreness here. Like I said, soreness here. Maybe some new areas as well. Lay down face down. And I'd like you to squeeze your glutes and then push up as far up as you feel comfortable. Squeeze your glutes. It's going to create the opposing forces inside yourself very gently to stretch your hip flexor and your front abs. And release. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your pelvis towards the ground. Lift the floor, push the floor away. Lift yourself a bit more. And then release. Very good. One more time. Squeeze your glutes. Push up on that cobra position. Very good. And then from here, you're going to take your bum back into a child's pose. Have your head go down, your chin drop in. Very good. And from the child's pose, I want you to go up into the cow position. So rolling in. And then push back into child's pose. Go up. Have your back rounded and your belly button pushing up to the sky. Shrug the floor away and return to child's pose. One more time, come on up to that rounded position. Take a small step with your hands forward, and you're gonna slowly drop your hips, squeezing your glutes. Continue to drop one vertebrae at a time until you uncurl, look up at the sky, and drop to the floor. Very good. And then we're gonna return. Push the floor, look up to the sky, and then drop your chin, round your shoulders forward, pushing the floor away. Pass through that rounded position before you go into child's pose. One more time. Come on up to the rounded position. Drop your hips, squeezing your glutes, and start uncurling one vertebrae at a time until you look up and drop. Good. And let's go in reverse. Look up, drop your chin, shrug the floor away, passing through a nice rounded arch, and then return. Very good. And just to give those wrists a bit of love, let me switch my camera here. Perfecto. You're going to grab your hand forward and pull it down. Have the other one. Give its sister a bit of love. Very good. Good. So start from the top and very gently just pull that skin downward. That skin is going to stretch, pulling the fascia on that, on all of those sections. Good. Now pull it back one time. Have the heel stretch. Good. And let's switch sides. Very good. Drop the other one. Give it a good stretch. Very good. And now take it on the opposite side. Good. And wherever you are there on the floor, Give your back a small massage by just doing these gentle rotations. Good. And thanking yourself for giving yourself the gift of learning a new ability, a new challenge, making the time and the space today for yourself to nurture that source of personal strength. As you can see, personal strength has many different wavelengths. It can be powerful and aggressive. It can be soft and powerful. It can be grounding. It can be elevating. And that's me and Christine's goal, to help you explore just anchors to personal strength. A mace functions like an anchor. Don't you feel like a warrior when you're holding that thing? Animal flow anchors you to the ground and anchors you inside your body, gets you to observe other sources of strength that are coming from within. So there are many ways to connect with that, and that's what we want to bring here for you with this experience. And to finish the class, I'd just like to say hello to you, go one by one, and hear from you. What was your favorite part of the class? Either something new that you learned today or something that was the best for you. All right, Amanda, what was your favorite? Oh, and I grab you as you're drinking water. What was your favorite part about the class for you today?
I really like crab. I like crab a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why I find it so much fun, but it feels like a really good stretch, but also a test of strength at the same time.
Absolutely. And it has that quality of opening the heart chakra. I'm not a big yoga person. I'm a big animal flow person. But when they talk about opening heart chakra, you're just holding a position of power that completely has that aspect. Heart chakra, but also heart and lungs open to that flow of energy. Yes.
It feels great, yeah.
Perfect. All right, Alison, what was the favorite thing about the class today for you?
Hi to everyone. My favorite part of today's class was connecting with my energy in a new and a slow way. Especially I've been doing like a lot of more like high intensity workouts lately. And so reminding and like connecting slowly, also in a different way. I also do a lot of yoga, but this is like totally different from both those ways. So connecting with my energy in a very slow, controlled, powerful way was my favorite part of the class.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear I broke that rhythm for you. And if you join me, you and all of you here next class, we're going to work with a more active component of animal flow. So today, what is the calm version of energy, yin or yang? Does anyone know? Well, let's say calm and active, or calm and aggressive. Next animal flow session, we're going to go to the opposite end. We're going to have it more like wow, wow, wow. So you get the chance to try both. All right. I have Marshall and Terry.
I'm Terry.
Terry. Nice to meet you, Terry. What was your favorite part today?
Thanks. I think I wasn't sure I could do it, but you're so good at taking us step by step and giving us those little secrets that really helped me, because I've been trying to do it on my own, but this really helped me a lot. And it's 1:30 in the morning here. I'm in
wow.
So I stayed up for you.
Oh, thank you for joining me at this time of the night.
I'm so happy. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I hope you can join me on the next one. And if no, just shoot me a message. I'll send you the recording.
Yeah.
You might be dreaming with me then.
Yeah. I feel energized. I don't feel sleepy.
Good. Thank you. Miranda, what was your favorite part about the class today?
You know what? It's very similar to what Allison said, like really slowing things down and kind of combining like that strength component with like a yoga kind of component. And it was really humbling because I generally think of myself as being really strong and really connected with my muscles. So, you know, it's nice to find new ways to really engage my body.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I agree with you in the humbling aspect. When me and Christine met, she thought of me as a lot stronger And it's because I could move like that. So, but I'm not that strong. I'm just from an animal flow. So very humbling to just find those challenges where there is an opportunity for progress, right?
Yeah.
Well, and I'm like I told Terry, I'm big on secrets. So now that I've given some secrets of the under switches, you'll be able to compress your strength a bit more into a tight ball of energy. That's going to make a big difference as you practice your torsion control in movement and without movement. Yeah, awesome. Anne-Marie, welcome. Nice to see you here.
Hey, yes. I really like the flow, like putting all the moves together, and it definitely is a lot harder than it looks.
Oh, did that? Yeah.
You make it look so easy and so beautiful, but it is very difficult. So I loved putting all the moves together and just coming up with that little flow. It was nice. It just made everything connected and made sense.
Yes, to have the separate pieces come and dance together. Oh,
Yes.
we'll do a lot more of that next class.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Laura. Hi.
Hi.
What did you like most about this class?
I think the same as Sana said. Like putting together all the separate movements and the flow. I've seen you in the videos in Facebook, and they look easier than they are.
Yeah.
But I like that complete circuit.
Oh, good. This is a chance for you to give that a try. And I was watching all of you. You were amazing. I did not look like that on my first 6 months of animal flow. Yes. So you were amazing. It's a practice to develop. It takes time to develop. Yes. Very good. Okay, Michelle. Hola. What did you like the most about today's class, my friend?
Honestly, the fact that you were teaching it. I've been wanting to do the level 1 animal flow, as you know, but because of the whole situation, everything was canceled. So to be reminded something as simple as being in beast and having the knees closer to my hands and not in my tabletop like in yoga, it just blew my mind. I was like, oh yeah. So thank you for that detail, and yeah, just everything from like the wrist mobility and isolating every little piece of the body. It really does just connect you to source, so thank you.
Yes. Oh, my pleasure. The small difference that makes the big difference, right? All right. And Selena, am I saying your name correctly?
Selena.
Thank you for being here. What was your favorite part today?
So this is something very new for me and outside my comfort zone. So I was really excited to try it, and your tips are extremely helpful. So it's one thing watching somebody do it and try to pick up on it, and it's another working with somebody to give you those intricate tips on what you can do to make it better. And I thought that was amazing. And it just reminds me of how powerful, just body weight alone is. I'm used to like powerlifting and throwing around a lot of weight, and then this is very different, and I love it.
Oh, good. Just humbling, like Miranda said, right? In a very different way. Good. Yep. Well, I want to thank you. Thank you for being here with me today. I hope you can join me on the next week. We might change the times I want to see what's most accessible to people, and so that I can continue teaching. And yes, we are in communication. And again, you made my first class teaching experience amazing. So thank you for that. Thank you for your energy. I hope you have a great
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Healthy world. Bye.
Bye, my boy.